Hello viewers, 4DIYers here, back on a tutorial video for everyone. In this particular video here, we'll be doing a demonstration on how to disassemble the BMW E39 M5 mirrors equipped with the electric folding option. Before I get started, I just want to make note that don't forget to check out my website at www.4DIYers.com or click on the link in the description below. I've recently purchased these mirrors for my 540i and I'm currently disassembling them to repair one motor and also lubricating the electric fold assembly. First, we'll start by removing the mirror glass. This is done by angling the mirror in the upwards position as far as it'll go, which will expose a plastic tab on the bottom side. Using a small flat screwdriver, slide the lever to the right. This is the same for both the passenger and driver side. Then pull the mirror directly off the assembly. There will be two wires which need to be disconnected. Remove the heater wires by simply pulling straight off. They are only attached with spade connectors. Next, remove the tinted function wire by pressing the tang on the electrical connector and then pulling it straight off. As you can see on the back side of the mirror, this is how the locking mechanism works. Next, we'll need to remove the motor assembly that controls the motor angle. In order to remove the motor, there is 3 T15 torx screws which need to be removed, along with the electrical connector on the rear which pulls straight out. Here are the locations of all the screws, as you can see. Now remove the 4 T15 torx screws in the back side of the assembly which connects directly to the mirror cap. Remove the 3 T15 torx screws connecting that plastic bracket to the motor. Pull the plastic bracket off the motor. You will need to use a fair amount of force to pull it straight off. Be sure the wiring harness does not bind up when removing the motor from the hole. Here are the locations of all the screws, as you can see. In order to gain access to the fasteners for the motor, you must pull the foam backing and rubber gasket off the mirror base. There will be two screws in behind there which do need to be removed. Once removed, on the opposite side of the screws there will be a small metal hook that clips into the mirror base and is held by a rubber spacer. You'll need to pry against the base and push outwards and towards the screws location. It does take a little persistence to remove this, and I find also a little bit of force. Once removed, be sure to feed some of the excess wire through so you can work comfortably with the motor. As you can see, this is the hook that connects the one side of the motor to the base. Then the other side are the two screw holes. Remove the rectangular base from the motor by removing the 4 T15 torx screws. Now I would highly recommend using a paint marker to mark where all the seams are on the motor assembly, as this does go together in more than one orientation, but only one is correct. Remove the 4 small T15 torx screws holding the assembly together. Pull the cover directly off the base, then the motor will be exposed and does pull directly off the base. Now if you do find the screws tend to be a little stuck, and these are very easy to break as they are very small diameter. Now considering we're working with very small screws here, they can corrode over time and it can be very easy to break these as well, and again this will cause some problems with reassembly afterwards. Now what I recommend doing is, if you are running into that problem, is just ever so slightly tighten these screws up, which will actually crack if there's any corrosion around. It'll crack the corrosion, and then you can go ahead and remove them. Here are the locations of all the screws, as you can see. Once you remove the motor from the base, you can then see the two separate gears in the inside along with the worm gear drive. As for reassembly, follow these instructions in reverse. This concludes the rest of my tutorial video. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to post them below. Also, please subscribe to my channel and like my video. Thank you for watching.